Before this episode starts, I just want to take the time to thank everyone who fucked with the first episode. It really means a lot when I hear feedback from you guys. This podcast is just going to get better and better with time, and I just want to keep us all entertained during this whole coronavirus shit. So I just really appreciate you guys fucking with me. So without further ado, let's start the new episode in 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to the Nike Talk Podcast, where we just talk about anything Nike and shit. I'm your host, Felipe, also known as Swoosh Cream, and today we have a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
This is Danny, also known as Digging with Danny, also known as Dan the Man, Danielle, Denim Dan. You know the vibes. Nike Town, you see it.
Shit, that was a sick ass introduction, bro. How you doing, man?
Bro, we're doing good. Doing good over here. I mean, shit kind of sucks with this quarantine thing, but I mean, just trying to hold it down regardless, trying to stay productive, do some like virtual flea type shit,
Yeah, I
selling
feel you.
online.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on. Like, I really appreciate it.
Dude, appreciate you for
Yeah.
sure. This is sick.
So is it Digging with Danny or Daniel? Because your
Yeah,
real name's
so
Daniel.
So that's a good question. So I actually, when I started the whole like IG and like even on my Twitter, like it's always been under Danny Two Down, and so like anywhere in Portland, bro, people will just call me like, oh yo, two down, two down. But so like it kind of didn't like flow with what I was doing on IG because like people were seeing my IG more as like a source to like buy clothing, and so I just changed it completely to digging with Danny. I mean, that's all I'm really doing.
Yeah,
I'm digging all the time, and so I'm
I
like, I'll
feel
just
you.
do it to digging with Danny, something not too out there, but just something relevant.
Yeah, I mean it's a good name. It definitely does have like some type of like catch to it too. That's why I like your name on IG.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I go by Danny. Like everyone honestly calls me Danny. Like people are like, oh, why don't you go by Daniel? Like a lot of grown people go by Daniel, but like people call Danny DeVito Danny DeVito. They don't call him Daniel DeVito. It's
yeah.
it's a different vibe.
Do you know you have the same name as 6ix9ine?
Daniel Hernandez, correct. He has the same exact name as me, bro. That's on God. That's my brother. That's my twin.
I honestly, man, like I really fuck with you because the way we met, like it was one of those like we met at the meeting grounds where like all this vintage shit goes down, like the Rose Bowl flea
Yeah,
market.
yeah,
And
that
I
shit was
remember it
dope.
was you and your homie 50 Thrift.
Yeah,
His
Johnny
name's
50
uh,
Thrift.
yeah. You guys pulled up on me and checked out the Nike pieces I was selling.
Hell
And I
yeah.
think at the time, like I was only following 50, and I was like kind of like self promoting, like hitting them
Hmm.
up like, yo, like you should like check out my collection I'm gonna bring. Because I saw that he had did that thrift con thing with the Nike.
Yeah, so Johnny actually got invited to do ThriftCon, and so he was stoked, and so he him and the other homie Cheeto Thrifts was like, yo, we got to put on for our city, so like we're just gonna do Nike items, bro, because like that's all really there, not all that there is out here, but like I mean there's obviously just more Nike pieces up here considering we're in the city,
Yeah.
and like the Beaverton, Portland area community. And so they really put on for our city over there. Really did some good things. And so, dude, Johnny actually told me we were going around the booths at Rose Bowl, and he was like, "Dude, you got to check out the homies, Swoosh Cream. He's got like all the bangers." I was like, "Swear." And we pulled up, and first thing I see that Urban Jungle. Would you have the baseball jersey? I was like, "Damn, already."
I know.
And then another one of my favorites, I think you might have sold it to Vu, and then Vu just sold it to some other person that I follow. But it's that jacket. I think it's like dude. It's like a have no idea. I think it might say something like Yard, but it's like a crazy hoodie. It's a crazy hoodie.
Is it Dunkyard Days?
Yeah, bro, that thing is insane. It's like a pullover hoodie on
You
a
know
gray
what?
tie.
I don't think I sold it to him, but I think I know what you're talking about.
You still have yours? That's nuts.
That's Yeah, dude. Honestly, like after I met you guys, like I was like, damn, like these dudes are really about that. chasing that bread, bro, and curating vintage. Cause you guys flew out, right, from Oregon?
Dude, yeah, actually, so I was working at the time. I actually just quit my job to start doing this thing full time, which is actually the best thing that happened to me yet. But Johnny's been doing this full time thing for a while. Like after he did not high school, his college shit. He finished up college, and he's just been doing this full time, bro. And it's been really working out for him. I mean, obviously he's gonna share his story, and he's the goat for sure. But like, dude, homie's been curating since like day one. I mean, uh, funny story actually about like me and Johnny. Dude, me and Johnny actually have known each other since like a little before high school, but 50 thrift, Nike head. But we didn't actually start talking until like way later, dude. I'm talking like after high school. You know, we'd all graduated already and like it's been a while since I seen him. Started seeing him pull up at bins. But like everyone in high school, everyone been known I did bins, you know? So
Yeah.
like uh kind of like mutually said what's up, and then like later, you know, like he starts seeing me more often and I start seeing him more often. I was like, oh, I respect that, you know, like
Yeah, I
the fact
feel
that he's
you.
pulling up, putting in work. Because like, dude, honestly, I could care less if anyone else is there like new. Like anyone willing to put in the work is like, you know, that's dope, like regardless of like what they're looking for. Because like there's a lot of stucco people, snobby people, or just people that don't necessarily have like the time to put in work and like put in hours to
Yeah.
find a cool piece. So you got to respect that when someone else is out there doing it, regardless if they're like a hype beast or not, you know?
Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. Like I was gonna say to you, like I give mad props to you because you're always posting on Instagram that you're like grinding it out at the bins, like every single day,
Every
pretty much.
single day, dude. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I would go, I would pull up. Yeah, so I was working, right? I was working at US Bank as a banker. And so I would work like fuck like 8:45 to, dude, like 6:15
Like a 9 to 5, pretty much.
basically. But bins opens at 7 a.m. So I would get there, uh bro, I'd get there at open, come up in like an hour 30, dip to work, grab a coffee, uh get to work on time, open to close the whole branch, bro, close down the branch. I'd dip and I'd go straight to bins, bro, because from my house it's like a straight road just to work. And so like bins is in the middle, so I'd stop there regardless, you know.
Yeah.
Last rotation hits. Where do you thrift? Or like, do you mostly do like
Like racks or like
racks?
um yeah, for the most part for me it's like racks because I do work. Um I currently work like at a school district.
Oh,
So I
for
work with
sure.
kids. So
Hell yeah.
then I'm pretty much like taken up during the whole day. So for me it's only like between like my break at work or maybe like after work, you know?
Word.
Yeah, something like that. Like for me, but on the weekends I go hard. Like on the
Yeah.
weekends, like I'll wake up like at 5 a.m. and I'll like straight up go to like the local flea market or like swap meet, you know,
Yeah. Fuck,
and
dude.
hit that. So then I'll hit that and then maybe like hit the bins after. It just depends, you know.
Yeah. Dude, I wish I could hit the swap meet vibe. That shit would be sick.
Dude, people
I
come
love
up
that.
at swap meets like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, bro, like probably how I started was watching like F is no Fonzie's finds. You know Fonzie's finds?
I do not.
Oh fuck, Fonzie's finds is an OG LA head who used to post on YouTube,
Uh,
and on his IG, bro. I promise you, he's an OG LA head, and he would only like strictly do like not trip to the thrift videos,
you
but
know what? I think I know who you're talking
his
about. Did he find 85s at the flea market?
bro. I'm pretty sure homie found, bro. I used to follow his YouTube, bro, and like I would be subscribed to that shit,
Yeah, I
and he
think
would be coming up consistently, bro. Like sports specialty San Francisco Giants caps, like pinstripe joints all the time, you know, like Niners
let me
jackets
let
up
me
the
look him up real
ass.
quick. Let,
Dude, so
let
yeah,
me look
like
him up because I think I might have seen something because I seen a video one time. It was crazy. It was probably posted like years back.
years back, bro. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
at my
Fun,
local like swap meet, that some guy found some like 85 Chicago's.
sheesh.
So what is it called? Fonzie what?
Fonzie's finds?
Fonzie's finds?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
FONZIE' Fines. For sure.
Let's
But yeah,
see.
I used to watch his stuff, and I was like, damn, and just like all the OGs. But dude, going out to LA is a whole different vibe for
For,
sure. I mean,
yeah,
me and Johnny were just talking about that. Like, uh, it's just not the same with like, dude. I mean, with this whole quarantine thing, regardless, can't
yeah,
be picking
it's pretty intense, bro, and you can't source right now, so that's
for
the
real.
thing too. Like, that's kind of fucking a lot of people over. But if you had the inventory before, I think you're doing pretty good sales right now. Like, I
Yeah.
seen when everything shut down, I seen a lot of people like posting like the amount of sales they were doing.
Oh no, for sure,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
so
things are looking good online. It's just a lot different actually like sourcing like coming up on a whole day's worth of clothing versus having to use your inventory. Dude, I am not gonna lie, I have absolutely no inventory. I'm that guy that like everyone in town is like, yo, he's got his personal stash must be fucking
yeah,
insane, bro, because he just posts bangers. Nah, bro, everything you see on my IG, absolutely everything completely sold. I promise
yeah,
you that, bro. Like I don't have a damn thing because shit just moves so quick. I like for me, it's specifically just finding it. So like I could honestly care less about like having it hung up and taxed and like up the ass for it. Like I see people taxing all the time and like I could care regardless, get your money. But like, dude, for me, honestly, the only joy I have is actually picking the item. So like um, right now, how I have my IG set up, it's like kind of more biased to like Nike
yeah,
items because like throughout the times of just like doing this shit, like the people would get more hyped over like Nike versus like because everyone knows Nike, everyone knows, dude. We're fucking in
yeah.
Portland, we're like we're in the
You
Beaverton
guys are
area,
like
like
right in the
everyone fucking knows like, oh,
epicenter of
that's a
everything.
banger, you know and versus like pulling up with a band tee, and I don't really fuck with band tees like that, like everyone has their things, and I'm not saying I'm just a Nike head. Like I do a lot
Yeah,
of like a lot of different stuff. Like I'm honestly into like true vintage and like just older stuff, trying to get into that wave because like realistically that's where the money's
yeah,
at. um but I honestly just like the history, and dude, I could care less about like having an item and taxing on it, but like actually just like finding the item, being the first one to say, oh, I found that.
yeah. I mean, you've come up on some pretty crazy finds. I think the
Appreciate it.
recent one, and like I'm gonna plug you on this one. Like, you found that fucking Dennis Rodman tee, and
The
yeah,
Rodman,
I mean that's such a hyped piece, bro. But
dude,
I
for
I
real.
honestly was
For
looking for
real.
one in my size forever, couldn't find it because with those, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like so it's a Nike piece, it's a white tag piece. It's a Dennis Rodman with like different like color hairs. He's like kind of smirking in like some creepy ass way and shit.
Facts.
um, those are hype, and then I always see people overseas selling them.
Facts, bro. They always go overseas. I actually had hella people in my DMs uh like dude, what they be saying? To be like size this, like measurements, like someone in Malaysia or like
Yeah,
someone with like all I see is like Thai lettering, and I'm just like, bro, what? You know,
yeah. What the fuck?
that's how you know your DMs are lit, bro. When you got people from Malaysia asking
I
you
know I had a message
for fucking
like that, and I was like, "What the hell did this say?" I tried to look it up, it didn't give me anything.
bro, serious visors, dude. I sometimes do ship out to like Malaysia,
Yeah.
Taiwan, like
Oh
all
yeah.
these
Same.
international places, but because like they do be paying up. But fuck, dude, I remember I fucked myself over trying to ship something internationally
Hmm.
once, dude. It was like $65. Nah, I think a little more, bro. I was probably like 85
Easy.
bucks for like a fucking like thin ass 50/50 t-shirt, and I was like, fuck, how did I get myself into this shit?
Damn.
But homie already paid me, so I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, paying up, so it was, you still make more than what you would make
Yeah.
in town. But yeah, it's different here, bro. Like people don't necessarily like fuck with, dude. People don't necessarily like Nike slept on here.
Yeah.
Like it's sad to
That's what I
say,
was gonna
Nike
ask
has
you. I was
slept
gonna
on
ask
here.
you, like, being from Oregon, is it like dudes just rocking like Nike, Patagonia, and like North Face and shit.
Like nothing, bro. Like all the OG heads, they all wear, yeah, they all wear like Patty, some fire ass TNF, like everyone's coming up, you know, like people, that's why it's kind of hard because like everyone looks for it at bins, you know, so no one's, you know, it just makes it a little tougher. It's not like even they don't even have to be like a picker or like, you know, someone who thrifts. It's just like someone's mom, you know, someone's fucking grandma. They're gonna see a North Face Gore-Tex jacket, they're gonna go after
Yeah,
it, you know. But yeah, Nike's I feel like is very slept on here. Like, dude, are I believe, and I was talking with Vintage Miner about this shit, dude. Vintage Miner is the goat, regardless what anyone says. Vintage Miner's the fucking man, and he's so fucking funny. Anyways, we and him were talking about how gray tag pieces, and just like very simple Nike tees from like, dude, these are from like the '90s, from the '80s. They should be worth a minimum of like $60, $80,
yeah,
you know, just because like the history it tells, and especially here. But like here, bro, you'll have people selling their gray tags, their blue tags, just because they don't give a fuck. They're just like, this is a trash, very thin piece of
yeah,
clothing that isn't gonna move. And realistically, who is it gonna go to? Another collector or someone who's actually gonna wear it? Like, but who is that size? You
yeah.
know, who is like fucking a
For
petite size
real, like
medium? You know,
everything you find is like
nobody.
stupid small.
Stupid small. So that's why I really mess with the community, because like the Nike community is dope, because I mean it's really like who has the most. I mean we've all seen like the pieces and like they go in between us all. Like you know how the game
Yeah, like
works,
you'll
but
see
like
someone with.
the you'll see some rare stuff pop up and it's never like a wearable size, but yeah, it's dope just seeing like that sort of shit come out and just like the history that it
Mhm.
tells.
I think one of the like dopest shit that you posted, and you actually posted it like probably like last week. You did that
Mm-hmm.
raffle, and that shit went off, bro.
That
That shit
shit
went
did go off,
off. I was
bro.
like,
Holy my homie Cam was like, "Yo, bro, I tried." He's like, "I didn't enter the raffle because I thought you were fucking around because it was April Fools," and uh, he was like, but then I just kept seeing that shit pop up on every fucking
right,
person in
bro.
Portland story, and not even Portland, bro. Like that shit actually hella went crazy. But yeah, dude came
Was the
up.
dude
Homie
that
came
won
up.
it? Was he from the U.S. or overseas?
North
Oh,
Carolina.
okay.
Yeah, he's over in North
Yeah, that
Carolina.
that shit, that basket, bro, is fucking fire as fuck. You found
Dude,
one, right?
crazy. Like,
Like,
so I've had two in my life. So like probably 2 years back, if you go to little down like my IG feed, you'll
yeah,
see
I saw
one
that.
like on a picnic, and it's a different one. You can tell like, the actual um fuck the actual like swoosh
Uh huh.
is like actually engraved. It's a lot more defined, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but dude, I found it in a bin. It just rolled out, and like, cause I found one before. I know exactly what the weaving looks like. It's very different, and it has like a gold, kind of like a gold clasp
Yeah.
on where it opens. So like, it's very distinct, and if you know what you're looking for, obviously, you're not gonna mistake it for another picnic basket.
Hmm.
Um, so I found the second one upside down, and I came up, bro. Like I was about to leave, and I was with my homie Charlie, and I was like, bro, should I even be here? Blah blah. He's like, no, we're gonna cook. And then, bro, next rotation hits, lands right in front of me, upside down, and I was like, this is the one, bro. This is the one. And I like, dude, I grabbed my camera and I put it to the reverse, and because you can't pick in a bin until all of them are in, and
Yeah.
so like I
You
put it
have
on the
to wait
reverse
for all of
side
them.
to see if it was a Nike swoosh, bro, and like I kind of like, dude, yeah, it
You know
was
what?
it.
Fuck it. Like, I do that shit too, bro. Like, if I see something like that's peeking out, I'm grabbing that shit, bro. Fuck
You got to
that.
claim yours. You got to
Yeah,
get yours, bro.
that's me. I
You
think
put in your time.
I'm not that afraid because I don't do it. I don't bin thrift like every day,
Yeah,
so like there's less risk. But like if you have to go there, make your bread, then you can't, like, it's kind of like iffy. You feel me?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that shit was fucking crazy. Like, um,
One of the homies actually found one, bro, like probably like 3 days after uh Nothing But Thrifts. He's a local homie out here. Comes up on crazy Nike crew necks. You've probably seen him.
Let me see real
Dude,
quick.
honestly, crazy. He has the
Crazy shit.
craziest Nike crew necks, for sure.
Hey, I was gonna ask you too. Like, what's your opinion on like? I asked the other homie on the previous episode if you guys were watching. What's your opinion on that wave, like the center swoosh wave?
Center swoosh wave, bro. I actually just sold my center swoosh. It's kind of really sad about it. I think they're hard, honestly. Dude, yeah, I just think they're tough. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Is
used to
it
see,
is the price like justifiable for like
dude.
that item?
So, very good question. I mean, if any rapper wears like any sort of thing, it's gonna be hyped as hell. You know, like,
Yeah.
um, Lil Yachty went over to a store over in Portland, the homie store, Air Portland, and he
Hmm.
copped MC Escher tee, and then fucking, I mean, MC Escher's
Yeah.
always had their fucking their
There's
glory.
value.
They're
Yeah.
a banger ass tees.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like for sure, like after after that post, the picture of him posted, and I'm like, you saw like a little increase in like the value, and like obviously Travis Scott in that mini swoosh. But like, yeah, if any rapper wears this shit, it's gonna fly. You know, shit's gonna pop
Yeah.
off.
Um.
But and personally, I think they're hard. Like if you have a sick colorway, I'm not necessarily a fan of like um the gray and black. It is gonna have to be a good colorway.
Yeah.
But for me to spend money, dude, I'm honestly I don't spend shit. I don't spend a damn dollar. You won't catch me finding. You won't catch me buying anything on it, dude. It's not like a like I'm not supporting my friend type thing. Like I always try to cop shit.
Yeah.
Cop steals. Obviously, everyone's copping steals. Everyone's sniping. But dude, I'm honestly just a saver. Like I got goals. I'm gonna buy a
Yeah. No,
house. You
I
know,
feel
like
you. No, I
I
feel
could
you.
care. That's why like I could care less about like the item and taxing on it as long as I make that money and as long as like you know like it's gonna go to a good home.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. And like you got to do what you got to do.
Facts.
Because you are doing this full time, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and like mad respect to that, and mad respect
Appreciate
to
it.
everyone else who does it. Um, but yeah, man, like the bins, they're crazy sometimes, right?
Dude, yeah. So like Bins used to open at 8 o'clock AM. Now it opens at 7.
Yeah,
Um it's honestly wild. Like you'll have a line of like just
I've seen that. I've
the
seen that.
regular heads. I used to always post a line in the mornings. But one day specifically, dude, I posted the line because the line literally there was a line of like, bro, like fucking like at least 25 people, and I was like, bro, I pulled up there like I regularly do, like maybe a little 10 minutes, 8 minutes early, and I brought pull up in line and I see all these heads and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You know, like to me it doesn't matter because like I'm gonna cook regardless. You know,
Yeah,
like I don't give a fuck how many people are in front of me. You know, like no one knows what these tags are. No one knows. I mean, some of them do, but like they don't look like how I look, or they don't look how I'm gonna be looking. You know.
I have a
Um,
question. This happened to me. Like, I was at the bins and like like all the older heads, like like they know what you're looking for, and like
they
have they
all
ever like
do.
have they ever like just passed you something on like because they know you want that shit?
Bro, yes and no. So all the homies actually look out for me, Johnny, and honestly, like some of the other homies too. Like they just look out. So like if we aren't there, they'll give it to them, or if you know they're not there, they'll give it to us. But like we're honestly close with like everyone at least at my bins over here. Johnny's a little down south, but he pulls up to the mine specifically too. I mean,
Hmm.
it's everyone's, but the one I go to, I frequent.
Yeah.
Um, but like, yeah, everyone's cool. Like, everyone will just pass you. Dude, I had this lady named Cindy, bro. She's so clutch. She's actually found me two bangers consecutively. She was like, "Oh, you need to find me tripwear," and I was like, "What's that?" And she was like, "That's that shit that like the rave kids used to wear, that like you know those emo goth punks, they be wearing like their overalls and their crazy like jumpsuits and stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's called tripwear. And so like there's a brand called Trip, and like they make that clothing. And so like I was like, I'm never gonna find this, bro. That same day I found like a pair of pants, and she's like, oh my god, bro. She started jumping in excitement, and she was like, I owe you something for sure, bro. Next rotation hits, she's like, Danny, I found the shirt. Throws it at me from the other side, bro. It's a Nike. It says like Nike Butte to Butte, bro. I checked the tag. There's no Nike swoosh on it. I checked the tag. It says like it's a Champion Blue Bar. If anyone knows what a Champion Blue
Yeah,
Bar is,
that's fucking
bro,
old as
that's
fuck.
the fucking one, bro. That shit was old as hell. And that actually went to Vu Vintage too. Homie Cops.
Yeah, I seen that.
Camille's
Was
the
it
go,
that?
bro. Camille is
Was
the go, but I mean, he really is after that shit, bro. Like,
oh
homie's
yeah,
really fighting like all these Malaysian buyers and all these like people from across, all those overseas buyers. So big respects to Camille, Vu Vintage.
yeah.
But and then one time, bro, she found me a cookbook, a Nike cookbook.
What the fuck?
Dude, I was like, so she was going through her books. She goes, like if anyone goes to bins, they'll know like there's some random people that just look for like whatever the fuck they want. And
Yeah.
so like this lady named Cindy pulls up, and she works at like a school too as like a cafeteria lady. Big respects. Um, and dude, she was like, "Hey, Danny, I found a Nike thing." She tossed it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be some like promotional like picture or something really weird, or like maybe it's that shoe dog." Is my first thing I was thinking. Dude, she tosses it over to me. It's like this old ass Nike cookbook. I start going through it, bro, and it's like it's it's this campus promotional. Um, where basically they ask like 50 people who are on campus, like from like littler people to like uh you know designers to like athletes to Phil Knight himself. And it was like a cookbook of all their favorite recipes. It's about like 50 people and it's all of their favorite recipes, bro. I'm pretty sure Bo Jackson is in that too.
What
um
the fuck?
it's actually
That's
crazy. I wish I had
crazy.
a picture, dude. It actually had um like all these different, like after you skip like a chapter of like recipes, so it'd be like this person basically works at the IHM, and so like it'd be like Tony Robinson, uh title, I don't know, say he works at like IHM distributor for Nike Air Soles, and then it's gonna say the recipe for whatever he's cooking, whether it was a soup, like an entree, a dessert, bro, and then it would just tell you how to make it, and then it have a picture of like of them drawn. It's insane, bro. And it actually has, yeah, Bo Jackson, Spike Lee, and I'm pretty sure it has a picture of Andre Agassi.
What the fuck? That's so crazy.
Yeah, I saw
I've
that.
never heard of
Dude,
anything
I
like that.
didn't either. But there's actually one I saw when I had it. I looked it up. I was like, dude, if there's any more of these, I'm buying it. I think it was like $40. I can't remember. I don't think it was overseas. I can't remember the name of the book. But if anyone wants to see this, the homie uh, DJ Teddy King. If anyone knows
Oh,
Nike,
oh
you
my
know
God,
Teddy.
this guy.
Teddy's the goat.
Yo,
Um,
shout out Teddy. Come on the show,
Big
please.
shout out to but yeah, bro, like he copped that shit, and like he's the goat for having that, because like I mean he's the man for sure,
Yeah,
holding down Nike shit
him too.
in
His
NY.
pieces are insane.
No, for sure. Always hits me up for like all those when he was doing all those anything New York related tennis is like his wave. But now he's on that beer relay stuff. That's another game.
Damn, for fuck. I was gonna ask you, bro. What, what got you like into like wearing and like thrifting like vintage like shirts and stuff?
Dude, very long story. We're gonna shorten it up. So, I used to always go to Goodwill with my mom because my bro and I fucking hated Goodwill with like all my life, all my passion, bro. Absolutely hated Goodwill. She'd make me go with her, and like I'd look through all this stuff, and the only thing I would go for back then was like shoes. Sometimes you'll find a cool pair of like Jordans back then, and then I started getting into like repairing and like fixing things and sewing, and so I
Yeah.
got into snapbacks, and then I was big on snapbacks for a minute. So Professor Snap, watching his videos way back when, and then just like everyone in what is it, Worldwide Vintage Snapback Exchange. If you know, you know. Followed all those heads, and just like got really into it with the hat scene, and then kind of like started getting into clothing because like dude, hats were hard to find and they barely come out, and so I was like, oh dude, I'm wasting my time here. So I was forced to like do clothing, and so I'd look for like jerseys, NBA. I wouldn't look for NFL. NBA. So NBA, soccer jerseys for sure. Just like cool sports shit,
Yeah.
MLB.
Yeah.
Um, and so I did that, and then every now and then you'll find like a banger. Like I remember I had like that Yankees Jordan jersey. That's probably one of the first pieces I found.
Damn.
And then yeah, just kind of got into like clothing, single stitch
Hmm.
tees, whatever, and then just like true vintage after a while. But now like I'm honestly after like a lot of the denim pieces. Like I wish I could find denim more often than like I do now. But
Yeah, denim's a whole different game, bro. Like
denim's a whole
people,
different game.
yeah, people go crazy, especially like Japanese people.
Facts. So
Like
yeah, that's
the
why I have it like under digging with Danny because it's like just whatever the fuck I'm finding. Like
yeah,
I'm stationed here in Nike Town, so regardless, that stays true. But I mean, I'll typically tend to post more Nike stuff than like anything else.
yeah. I was gonna ask you like, what's like your favorite like Nike line? Like it could be Jordan, Challenge Core, Aqua
Aqua
Gear.
gear. That's a good question. I would honestly say probably challenge court, dude. That challenge court shit goes hard. Like the colors they
Okay.
were pushing back then, the style, like they did the shorts with the second lining. Um, I thought that was really cool. A lot of people aren't
Yeah.
with it. It's very like Zumba vibes. How it's
Yeah.
like very like neon and like but
Yeah,
it's
like
it's
that
that
shit like
age.
straight from the 80s, bro. Like
Yeah, straight,
the colors, like everything
very
that
flagrant.
kind of stuff reminds me of like um when people used to do like how you said like those dance things and they would have like high socks or
Yeah,
something.
exactly, bro.
Yeah,
That's the first thing I picture when I think of that.
but yeah, the challenge square's dope, bro. Like, cause I see on your page like you post a lot of like recently like tennis stuff.
Honestly, it's just
I
whatever I'd be
saw some
finding.
type
But
of like tennis vibe going on in your page, so that's why I was like asking like, oh, what's your like favorite line?
yeah, I actually have a tennis tee that I've had at the pad that like I've held on to forever. And if you know me, you know I don't hold on to shit. But this tee's kind of cool. It says like tennis uncensored. I'll have to send it to you. It's probably your
Yeah.
size, but it has some distressing. But I mean,
Mhm.
it's just like very simple, and I don't know. It's like it kind of stands out. But yeah, I'd
Yeah,
probably go with the tennis stuff. It goes hard.
that's dope. That's dope.
What about
I
you?
know, like for me, it's more like I love Jordan shit, bro. Like,
Yeah. Dude, I
yeah,
used
I'm
to be
just
on
a
that Jordan wave. Like, if you scroll down my IG, like you'll see like I've almost have had every Jordan baseball jersey out there, but
shit.
I've missed out on three colors. I think it's
Yeah,
that blue one. The oh fuck, I've had the olive before. No, I've had the orange one. I haven't had the olive or there's another color out there. But yeah, I've had almost all of them. They're hard.
yeah,
I think they're
I
sick as fuck, dude. Like the price is only gonna keep going up. Like, dude,
yeah,
like
definitely. Like, where do you
Jordan's
see this
timeless, you know?
going, bro? Where do you see like prices going up, like within
That's
the next year, or
yeah. So
like
that's the thing. So like, Nike's big now and like all that stuff. But like that, as time goes by, like it's only gonna get more valuable. Like
right?
it's only gonna like people are already collecting this shit. Like you probably already have like fucking half the pieces out here. You know, or
Hell
fucking
no,
new
dude.
vintage,
My
like
my collection's small as fuck. Like,
yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. A lot of people who are doing this shit already like collect it all. So once
yeah.
you know,
Hell yeah. People are hoarders in this Nike shit, bro.
facts.
Um, it's so crazy. But yeah, I do see the value going up, especially like how much history is attached to the items.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's like so much history. Like to me, my favorite shit is like the Jordan shit, like I said, and then Urban Jungle shit is like hard as fuck
yeah.
with me.
I mess with the promotional shit for any movies that they have. That shit goes hard, or any sort of like
Oh yeah,
because I've had like a home improvement just do it shirt before, and that
mhm.
shit went hard. It was like an all over print, and it said just do it on the side, and it was like the home improvement logo for the show on the front, and I was just like, damn, this shit goes hard. Like
Yeah,
just some shit that you'd never see before.
Right. I know I just posted something I fucking copped like recently, and like I never seen that shit. So like when I get it in, I'm gonna share it with everyone.
Yeah.
I
Hell yeah.
caught. Have you seen that jacket before? The Boys to Men jacket.
Dude, actually, nah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. So like, when I get it in, I'm gonna post it. But like, I don't know if I want to sell it or keep it. But it's just shit like that, like those like crew things, like
Nice.
cast and crew items. Uh, it's kind of like another realm of collecting. Like I said,
Yeah.
like before in my other podcast, I said that's like another realm of like collecting. I seen recently someone posted on Depop, and I know who copped it. It was Nike tees for the and Nike tees are the shit. It was like it was a fucking promotional shirt for the Waiting to Inhale. He
Oh, word.
posted it. Yeah, I was about to cop that shit, but then like me, like if I don't have the money in my PayPal, bro, like I ain't copying.
Wearing copping. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how
that's
everyone,
how I
almost
am.
everyone is, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, um, yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny too, like when you see like the people in the community, like because we're all searching for the same thing,
Yeah.
and then like you see something that like someone sniped, and you're like, fuck.
Dude, for
Like
real.
I could have sniped that shit, but like I was just being a bitch.
Yeah, when I found that Rodman jersey, first thing I did was look at the listings just to see how many were out there. I think there was only one other Rodman. It was probably the orange tee for like,
Yeah,
bro, like probably like 350 or something. And I was like, damn, bro, this shit's crazy. And then
yeah,
I checked the
they're gonna
sold
go up.
listings. I checked the sold listings, and there was that crazy sold listing for like I don't know. Everyone's kind of seen it already, but it has
The
like,
$60 one, right? For like
yeah, for like
three.
the two Rodmans and the the tattoo
Yeah,
long sleeve. That goes hard. I'd want the long sleeve if anything.
yeah, yeah. Like those pieces are gonna go up. Just like it's just fucking insane, bro. Like, I think we just need to wait it out and see like who's gonna pay that because
Yeah,
it all depends what the buyer's gonna pay.
no, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that. Are you inclined more to like the 70s, 80s shit or like the 90s shit?
Um, I mean, I personally like finding the older stuff, just because I mean I could reference it from like the Chronicle, the book, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's always something really cool.
Do you
Plus,
have a copy of the book?
yeah, I have a copy of the book in my house. It's kind of a necessity at this point if you live in the city.
Oh
If you're doing
shit.
this, bro, you kind of have to have the book. I mean, dude, in what the craziest Nike piece I found yet. There's two, but one of the craziest ones is a gray tag. It's a gray tee. It's like a heather gray tee,
Yeah.
and it has the Beatles playing in the band
Oh, I've
as
seen that on your
Beatles
page.
on my page. Yeah, I sold it
Yeah.
to the homie Cam over at Air, and he's bro,
Yeah.
he's locked down that tee. Like no one's getting their hands on it. First, like I mean, I'm happy it went to Cam because he's the goat, and he knows how the people that are like down to pay, insane amounts of money to get that tee.
Yeah.
But yeah, we worked something out. He's the goat for sure. That tee's insane, bro. I mean, it's in the book. I didn't know it was in the book at the time. Why? Because I probably didn't have the book, but I knew it was a rare tee. It's
Yeah.
Beatles.
Yeah, that tee is fucking rare as fuck. Fucking I seen your homie, what's his name, Cam?
Cam, yeah.
Yeah, you guys had that like flea market, right?
Yeah, so basically Portland's cool, bro, because it's got a lot of like Nike heads, a lot of like people who thrift, just for like a lot of band kids, everything. And so like Cam's the goat because he's honestly he bro, he put the city on the map for sure, bro. Like everyone's been doing their thing, but
Hmm.
Cam knows everyone and their moms, bro. So he's like, yo, like I know this person. He's gonna like we're gonna get this space, and we're gonna run the flea. And like it start out not like super small, but like it start out as a smaller thing. I mean, Cam's always had like ways to get a big venue or like a pop-in venue or ways to make it pop-in. But dude, his events are always successful. Like he showed a lot of love. He really put Portland on the map for sure. But dude, I mean, everything's in his name. You know, like the man should get the respects for sure. He's putting in a lot
Yeah.
of work. Cam
Yeah,
Gilly,
I
Cam
gotta go
Gilly's
up
flea
there and
market.
experience that, man.
Dude, for sure. I mean, homie's got like 50 plus vendors. You know, I've been there every now and then, but Cam even knows too. Like Cam's always asking me, he's like, "Bro, you need to let me get some teas, bro, because you know where like when's the last time I got some teas off of you?" And I'm like, "Bro, when was the last time anyone's got teas off of me, bro? Like shit just goes way too quick. Like I
Yeah.
can't, you know."
Yeah, I seen he has two hike Nikes, and like he has like the OG ones.
Yeah, Cam's the goat.
Yeah. Like he has the one with like the black tag on it, which is not even like
Yeah,
that shit's pre 80s, nah?
yeah,
Is it? Yeah. Damn,
that's nuts.
that's fucking crazy.
But yeah, Cam put everything together. He's and the events are always super successful. Like we're just kind of trying to do something for like our own city, so that like you know people don't have to be like, oh, let's go to Cali and waste this much money. Like, no, you can do it in like you know in our backyard. Like we just got to get the community to come together to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I feel you cuz like coming down here, like, some
It's
people like
dope
they
though.
got the
Don't get me
bread.
wrong. LA's
What's up?
dope
Yeah, no, it's dope, man. Like, but like, yeah, you got to be dedicated to come down here for like, the flea market every month, you
Yeah,
know, and that's what like I see a lot of people do, and
facts.
like that's yeah, pretty much on that. But
Like
let's see, let's see, let me find. Oh, I was gonna ask you this because like we all have like goals and stuff like in this whole like vintage game.
for sure.
So I was gonna ask you like, what are your goals, man, for like vintage creating and like maybe your IG page? Like, I know it's kind of a hard question to answer, but I some people have their mindset on stuff.
Yeah,
So go
yeah,
ahead
for
and just
sure.
speak on that.
So right now the page isn't like anything big or anything. Like it's at 3K. I mean, I'm very like happy that it's at you know that so many people are supporting. But I mean, as far as curating, it's like it's kind of 50-50. I've never really had a true vision of like what it's gonna look like. You know, everyone kind of has like a style that they kind of stick to. I personally am not a fan of sticking to one specific style because I mean you see it more as like, dude, I forgot who was saying this the other day, but like if you stick to just one scene of like how you specifically fold a tee and you make that every picture, bro, it's just gonna look like just like another page, bro. You know, like
Right,
every
right.
it's
I
just
mean,
gonna look
you were
like
showing
some.
me that the
You're
other
gonna be
day.
like, whose post is this? You know. But like on my page, I kind of
Yeah,
I even used to just post like stuff that I was doing. You know, like I think I still have a video, like a picture of like, you know, like a Starbucks drink at
yeah,
and like me at Universal Studios. You know, just like staying true to like who you are and like the things that you've done, the things that you've experienced. But I think, bro, I'm pretty sure that it was Drew Heifetz, he was saying that more people should like show their face to like get to know them. And I mean, he's kind of like got a lot more exposure to like his IG just by like doing the videos showing like him instead of like just the
yeah,
tees.
yeah.
Um,
Like connecting yourself to your
yeah,
audience.
but for sure, I'd like to I don't know, definitely curate on another level. Try to do, dude. I have a plan to like kind of go out to my city and with like a stack of teas and just like find like a perfect space, yeah, perfect space for every t-shirt. Because like the city's moving and it's always moving, but I feel like a t-shirt, I don't know, you're gonna see the vision. You're gonna see the vision soon. You're gonna see it on the IG. I can't
You just
explain it. I was
gotta
trying to
wait it out, wait
explain
it
it to
out,
Johnny. Wait it out. Wait it out.
wait it out. All right, I
They're not
feel you
ready.
on that. Yeah, man. Like, I mean, we all have goals in this stuff. Like, people either do it from like a business perspective, or people do it from just for the love of it,
Yeah.
to see it grow. And sometimes it's kind of like a combination of it. But like me, I feel like it's just for the love of it. Um, all these pieces you guys see me getting, um, you know, it's
Yes,
because I
sir.
love doing this shit. Like, I love
Facts.
doing it, and I love like the history of like Nike and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I love that shit. Like, it's kind of hard to like articulate the words, but like I can say this, like, growing up, like, I didn't have the luxury to get a pair of Nikes, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I didn't, bro. Like, my mom was on this, like, you only get one shoe, and it's
Facts,
your
bro. That's
budget's
dude.
this.
Any Hispanic family can relate
Yeah.
right now. Big
And
facts.
I would run through them shits like crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, um, it's not until, like, I became an adult, which was, like, right out of high school, like I
Huh.
was
And
18
it's
and shit.
still hard to drop two two bills
Yeah,
off, dude. Honestly, because you're like, damn, I could have, you were born in a raid, so like, not have to do that.
yeah.
Um,
So, I mean, that's when I started buying my own stuff, and it was just like, oh, like I can finally like buy a pair of Nikes, and stuff.
facts,
And I was always me before this shit. Like I had no knowledge of like sneakers and stuff. Like I, it was out of high school, like straight out of high school. Like that's when I
yeah,
got big into like the kicks and shit. And I
yeah,
had no knowledge, but like you know what? Like we learn everything off of fucking YouTube. Like straight the fuck up.
facts, straight,
Like straight YouTube and Google searches. Like I can't have like pretty much like I didn't know how to identify certain things in like vintage tees. I kind of
bro.
had
I
to
have
like,
to tell you this. I have to tell you this.
what's up?
Bro, this resonates with the story right now. So, bro, same way, like I've never had like shit like that. Like coming from a Hispanic family community too,
Yeah,
you're born into like, bro, you're gonna have like $100. You're gonna have to get yourself t-shirts, a pair of kicks, and a pair of pants. Go.
yeah,
So straight go to clearance to fucking whatever's there. So like that's why to me, like it's easy to let go of pieces because like I was raised to not have to fucking worry about like what the fuck I'm wearing as long as I'm happy, as long as like, like as long as I'm comfortable, as long as, shit still looks clean,
yeah,
it's affordable, shit's good. But dude, how like people don't know how to like spot tags and things like that. Dude, those 85s that I posted on my IG, the white
yeah. Oh yeah,
the
hmm,
white ones,
yeah.
the
The
white neutral
neutral
grays.
girls. Yep.
Bro, story on this, bro. I was at the bins, bro. I almost took an L on this. I did take an L on this, legitimately. So I was at bins. They're rolling out, bro. No one's there. Absolutely no one. They're just on like a lot of randoms. Not a lot,
Yeah,
but it's just a very low key type of day, bro. Like this. I'm waiting for a shoe rotation. I'm like, bro, I don't see anything good on the other side. Like I'm gonna just wait it out here, hold my spot, bro. Finally wait, and then nothing. Like I don't find anything where I thought, like I was standing. So like, oh, I go to another bin, bro. I see this kid who's like there every now and then. He's like a younger cat. Um, and bro, he had a pair of those 85s that I posted. He had a pair
yeah.
in his hand, bro. And I was like, no fucking way, bro. I just see the back of him and I'm like, there's no way, bro. And I
Dude,
pull up
so
around him,
clean,
bro.
so
I pull up
clean.
around him, bro. And I see it. I see the other one in the bin, but there's this lady right in front of me, bro. So it's kind of like she's in my way and I can't just reach. Otherwise, he's
Yeah,
going to see it, bro. And as I'm thinking this, of like, dude, how am I going to get this other shoe? Bro, homie sees it, he grabs it, and he secured the pair. And I was like, no fucking way, bro. I really slept on this pair of shoes. But like, I'm not one to get like butt hurt or anything. Like, I'm very like, like, bro, big props to you for finding it. Everyone cooks, like I'm
yeah,
gonna cook regardless. But that's if your homie finds a pair of 85s, but he wasn't my homie, so I was like, fuck, like now I have to get these shoes. And
yeah,
so, bro, first thing he did was immediately put him in his cart, and I was like, no way, bro. And I kind of get closer to him at the by his cart because I could give a fuck about any other shoe that's in there. I'm just like, yo, are these legit, bro? I turn like I look right next to his cart and I see like the style number on the inside of the shoe and it said 1185 blah 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 blah, and I was like, bro, these are my size 85s. Homie just cooked like right in front of me. I was so hurt, bro. Honestly, I was like shaking, bro, and I was like, no way, bro. And I had to get him. I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, yo, homie, you selling these shoes? And he's like, yeah, bro, I think they're for sale. And I was like, word, can I put them on, bro? I put them on and everything. And he's like, yeah, they're for sale. He's like, they're ones, I know they're ones, but I don't know how the shoes go for. So, blah blah blah. And he's like, give me some time, so I can look them up to see how much these shoes are worth, and then I'll get back to you. Bro, homie was looking these shoes up for like literally 2 hours. He was there for 2 hours, and I was like,
Oh
he was
shit.
like, I'll find you once I'm about to leave. And I
Yeah.
was like, bro, I'm gonna be here all day. So he's like, I was like, just find me once you're about to leave, once you come up with a number, and we'll figure it out. Bro, he comes up to me at the end, bro, after like looking up for like legitimately 2 hours, bro. He's like, dude, I couldn't find a tag, so what do you think about $60? I was like, that.
Oh shit. Oh my gosh. What the
Bro,
fuck?
homie secured the pair already, bro. This kid found the shoes, found the pair, dude. I'm very thankful for this man, bro. Honestly, because he blessed me truly, but he didn't know. Um, and I'm not the type to fuck someone over, but like, that's how you
Yeah.
learn. If you really respect the game, you're not gonna see this as a story of like, bro, homie really finessed him. No, I'm not a finesser, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a knowledgeable person. Like anyone else, like bro, anyone else would have done that shit. Anyone else would have
Yeah,
lowballed
I
him,
feel you. Like,
you
I mean,
know.
that's what comes with the knowledge
But
of
I
like
told him, I was
learning
like,
about this
bro,
shit.
you come up with your number, you come to me, and then we're gonna get it worked out. He was like, 65, and I was like, bro, run it. Yeah, I think it was like
Shit.
$65. I Venmoed him there and then, bro.
That's fucking insane. Oh
Dude, the
my
fact he
gosh.
already had him in his cart is like everything, bro. Like that shit.
Dude, that's so insane. Like, I mean, that just tells you
That
like
post went off too. That post went crazy.
that tells you like how much knowledge is worth, bro. I was telling my homie this like when I started this shit, and like I was making sales and stuff, and I just kept telling him knowledge is key.
Knowledge is
Like,
power.
yeah, like, and he was tripping out, and then I explained to him some stuff, and then
Yeah.
that's how he got into it, and like started learning about it and stuff. Like, I can't believe how many times this like my homies came up to me like and was like, "Yo, like I'm gonna cop this," because like he was
Yeah.
kind of getting into the vintage scene. He wanted a
Yeah.
rap tee, and then I was like, "Yo, let me see it," and then he shows me it, and I was like, "Yo, don't cop that shit. That shit's fake as fuck." Like, cause you know how like there's this whole thing with the fakes and shit.
Yeah, the bootlegs. Yeah. The
Yeah,
crazy
like
ass
people
bootlegs.
reprinting them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was helping him out. If I didn't know, if I didn't have the knowledge of what went down and what to look for,
Facts.
then someone be
He would have been hella content spending
yeah
300 on a pair, like on a fucking shirt. No, I
yeah,
feel
but
it.
yeah, that story's crazy because I mean, um, that's what happens, bro. Like at the bins, like
But that has to happen, bro, because like that's how
yeah,
I learned, bro. Honestly,
yeah,
like when I was doing hats, I was into jerseys too, and a homie of mine that like kind of put me on too. He was supporting. He was like, "Oh, you look for hats?" Because, dude, if you see someone else with a cool hat like at your school, you're gonna know like this person's gonna stand out to you if they're into anything that you're into. Like
yeah,
if you're wearing fucking helmet laying, you see someone else wearing a helmet laying piece, you're like, oh shit, this person knows what's up, or like this
yeah,
person's in a Nike. And I was like, yo, you look for hats? He's like, yeah. And then he didn't finesse me on a deal, but I learned from it. I was content with whatever I was giving him, but like at the time, he definitely cooked on me for sure, bro. Homie won that
yeah,
deal. But like that's how you learn, like, dude, he got this hat off me, and it ended up being worth like, bro, at least 250, and I was like,
Jesus, oh my god,
on a hat. Yeah, no, it's
yeah,
crazy, but I
yeah.
mean that's how you learn,
When I was getting into like thrifting too, like I would skip on a lot of stuff, and then I would see like the homies that would thrift in the same area, like
Yeah.
post it right, and
Facts.
like me, I'm like, what the hell? Like that's something like there was one instance like I found I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a band. It's called Oingo Boingo or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
like a Hispanic band, like a Spanish Mexican band.
no, it's an American band. I'll tell you how I spell it. It's like Oingo and then Boingo.
Uh,
I don't know. It's like a band,
Fire. It's
right?
supposed to be fire. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So then pretty much like I skipped on it, but then he caught it, and then like I asked him. I told him like, oh, I skipped on it. Like I didn't know what it was. He's like, oh, it's a rock band from like the '80s.
Immediately starts telling you everything about this T-shirt.
Yeah, I know. Like, oh shit. Like, okay, then like next time I know, but like that shit sold for like $100 plus.
Yeah, no
Yeah, you
facts.
know,
That's how it is.
that's how it is, and that's how you learn, bro. Like, you learn through like those type of experiences, and that's just what's gonna like, help you like further in
Facts.
like creating like vintage and all that shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, I wasn't in. I didn't get the Nikes I wanted, but yeah, that's that. Um, I was gonna ask you, like, do you think like Nike like actually notices like the amount of money like people are paying for certain like archive pieces or like these like
I'm
OG
not.
Jordans and shit?
I'm not sure what they're thinking over there on campus. I mean, I've
How far are
personally
you from campus?
I live in a city called Hillsboro. It's not a
Uh,
city. It's a smaller town called Hillsboro.
yeah,
Hillsboro is the town over, basically from Beaverton.
yeah.
So it's literally like it's just a city over, right? There's a little like gap in between, and that's called something. But it's honestly so small it doesn't even matter. It's all basically one area, and then on the other side you have Portland, right? It just gets
Mhm.
longer. But Nike headquarters, Nike campus is honestly just like from my house, probably like 15 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But it's huge, bro. And it honestly, like, it's an entire block. And like growing up, I'd be like, oh, like as a kid, we'd pass by it. They used to actually host a lot of really engaging and really cool events for like the youth. So like back then, they had this thing for like the soccer players. It's called Nike Go. I don't know if you've ever found a Nike Go tee. I think they're
Um,
hard.
I found like those play event tees.
Okay, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
little different, but the Nike Go is from like a little. It's like I want to say like oh 04, oh 05, but
Mhm.
I know for a fact they're on the white tag with the red swoosh.
Okay.
So early 2000s, right? But it's this event that basically happened that would let like any young kid like train with whatever like youth team that so like they have different age groups, right? And then they split them up, and then you get to actually like train with like whatever elite soccer group was there. I can't remember what team it was at the time, but I mean it was probably like I mean now Nike's not signed with the Portland Timbers, but like for just imagine like your like local soccer team at Nike campus chilling with all the kids and showing them how to play around, like that's something that doesn't happen now. I don't think as much. I mean, they kind of stick to like whatever academies that their brands stick with. um but like that's just some shit they used to hold down on campus, and like anyone could go, bro. Like literally anyone could go. Your mom would sign you up, it'd be fire, and you'd get your practice in, and that was cool. But dude, like I don't know what they plan to do as far as like the vintage scene, like
Like, yeah, like
as far as like
it's
them
kind of weird, right?
collecting,
Like, it's like kind of like
because they have.
they're looking over
I've
it, you
never
know?
been in like actually on campus, but I know for a fact that they have this entire like they have the entire archive there with
Yeah,
like every
some guy
Jordan and
recently DM'd me. He was telling me about that. He was like, "Oh, have you heard of the Department of Archives at Nike?"
I
And
don't
I was like,
believe. I don't believe. I think it's more so like greatness types stuff, mostly uh, relating to Jordan. A lot of it
"Yeah,
mostly relating to Jordan. But I don't think they have like uh, specific pieces there, like holding like. I
yeah,
don't think they have pinwheels. I mean, they probably do, but like I don't think they have like an entire section of like every pinwheel you could possibly think of. Where
jeez."
something that they should have.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, so that guy was telling me like that they have like an entire. He says that he works for them, but like how true is
Yeah.
that?
No, so like dude, honestly around here, like everyone and their moms works for Nike. Like it's honestly way back when, so like you could go to the store, the Nike employee store. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah,
So like any employee or like friends and family of that employee, if depending on how like um, depending on the time, you would basically get like a set of like 5 people, and you can get 5 people on your list if you work there. And so they can go into the employee store and cop whatever the hottest shoe is at half off.
Yeah,
And
I've
they could
seen
even do
that.
it on like release items.
Yeah, I've
And like,
seen that on like a couple of like sneaker YouTubers
dude,
like
it's
channels.
honestly nuts. Like, dude, nowhere else on earth do they have this store. Nowhere else can you get like 40%. I mean, it used to be 50%, but nowhere like nowadays you could probably get a steal at like the clearance store, or like the outlets, and it's those are probably still steals, but
Yeah.
like it's not like the newest shit, or like you get a complete variety of like whatever you're looking for.
I gotta ask you about this. Like this, we're kind of going off the Nike. What's up with those rugs, man?
Dude, the rugs,
Yeah,
dude.
we
So
need
check
some insight
this.
on these rugs, bro.
So
Cause
check
I,
this. So so you know how I was telling you that there's OG heads at Goodwill,
yeah,
dude. All the OG heads, everyone there, older guys, bro. All older guys, probably like anywhere from their 30s to like, bro. Some of these guys are like up to 60 years old, like still digging, like wearing gloves, like, bro. They pull up. I've been there early. I've been there so early, bro. One of these guys got there before me, bro. I think I pulled up at like maybe like bro, like 10 minutes to 6, and they open at 7. 10 minutes to 6, bro. What is that? five
oh,
fifty.
Jesus
What time
Christ.
did this man get here, bro? I was like, bro, what are you doing here so early? Like, I have to be here because I didn't have a choice, bro. Like, what are you, man? What are you looking for? And so, I didn't ask him, but I know for a fact. So all these guys are looking for like anything Pendleton, Hudson Bay, like basically big, beautiful blankets, anything wool, 100% wool, 50% wool, mainly 100. Um, just like yeah, blankets, and then rugs. And so like, bro, they'll fucking trip over rugs. Like they'll fight each other for rugs. They're like, oh no, I got this one. Like get out of my way type shit. Like it landed in front of me type shit. And so one of the older guys, bro, he like does not fuck with me whatsoever. Like
Oh
I don't.
shit.
I'm chill with like everyone. So like I don't necessarily like, dude, if I don't fuck with you, like I'm not gonna look in your direction. Like I'm not even gonna like we're just not vibing. I don't acknowledge you, you know. But this guy picks vintage T-shirts just to piss us off, and that
Jesus.
pissed me off one day, bro. Because homie came up on a Star Wars tee, and I was so hurt. I was like, Brody, you are not gonna throw this on. Like, I know you're gonna put it on eBay for like $20, and someone's gonna cook on your ass. Like, shut the like, bro. What are you even doing? Like, you're making a fool out of yourself right now. Like, put this down, But you can't tell people what to buy. So
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, bro. Like that's all you. I didn't actually tell him that shit, but I was like, how someone else, Cindy, that chick Cindy I was talking to you about, she talks to that guy, and he was like, no, I hate those kids so much. They're so annoying. Like they're here all day, blah blah, grabbing stuff, and they're starting to look for stuff that we get, like Pendleton. And I'm like, bro, you can't get mad at that shit. And so he started grabbing like vintage T-shirts, and so I was like, bro, I've always been into like home decor and like things like that. So it's not necessarily like revenge or anything, but like I like these, I like these items. I think they're really sick, and like the older the rug is, like the more like the dye is better. Like it's a sick wash.
Is it like is it like a Persian rug or something?
Yeah,
Or like
so like these are like Persian rugs, Turkish rugs, Oriental rugs. Like I'm kind of looking for like anything right now, as long as it has a beautiful design and as long as it's hand tied,
yeah.
like hand knotted. They go for a lot of money, and like Pete, dude, like if you've been to Rose Bowl, and
Yeah, I've
if you
seen.
walk in a Rose
Mhm.
Bowl, first thing you'll see is the like, bro, like at least three big vendors with like a million rugs, like
Yeah.
beautiful. If you ask them how much, they're easily gonna tell you 350, 500, a K, 2K, depending on the size, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
all depending on the size. The other day I found a huge one. I sold it to the Sweet Zero boys down in Corvallis. They're um, basically like a newer store that opened up, and they look for like more true vintage. They're homies for sure. And I sold them a rug just because like it kind of fits their scene, it kind of fits their vibe. But like yeah, bro, like the rugs go for big money
That's
if you
crazy.
know what you're looking for.
Yeah. What's your biggest sell?
Um,
from the rugs.
From the rugs, I think I posted one on because like I haven't found. I kind of just got into them, so I probably had like seven. I sold one to the Sweet Zero boys, for the low, but I sold one on Etsy for like 350. Like, and that's like the one I sold them was the biggest one I found yet, but I hooked them up because it's like their vibe. But
Yeah.
like I sold a medium sized one. It was probably like a 7x5,
Uh-huh.
um, for yeah 350.
Oh shit.
And it's just a rug, bro. So like, if anyone knows, like, you can go to Goodwill and you can like, as long as you have the time for it, and as long as it's
Yeah,
you get lucky, bro, you're gonna find something. I
that's
probably paid like
crazy.
$12 for that rug or whatever, maybe.
Jesus. Yeah, yeah, that was like one of the more interesting things that I noticed like on your page. Like you started posting these rugs and I was like I know there's a market for it, but like I just I don't dabble in it because for me it's like it's a rug. I'm not worrying about decorating the house because I don't have
Facts.
a house,
Yeah.
But it
No,
it is
same, but
true.
like, I
People
mean,
cash out though.
that
Like
like every like I, dude, what I think is eventually this whole, not even just Nike, because like, but like this a lot of this stuff is just gonna go like minimalized down, to a point where people aren't worried about what's on their bodies, but more so like what's in their environment. And so that's why I'm like, I should start getting home decor type things. So
yeah,
like, you'll see me online on eBay trying to snipe like, very unique like posters, or very like, that fit like my sort of aesthetic,
hmm
like posters, rugs, and just like, I'm not huge on like mid-century like furniture yet, but it's a huge market and there's a lot of money to be made there. But a lot of those like old furniture items, bro, they're really sick, and like they just don't make furniture like that anymore, and
yeah.
like people are paying big money for it.
Yeah, that's definitely a market that, I feel like a lot of people, um, like in the vintage, like clothing community don't see.
Right, dude,
Um,
and everyone's there, bro. So like, every time a rug comes out, we always see the old guys, the old heads, and they're hyped, bro. They're like, "Nah, I'm done for the day," type shit, and like, where they're looking for like $50 t-shirts, $100
yeah,
t-shirts if we're lucky, but like, like, you just have to differentiate.
yeah, that's very true. Like at one of my local thrifts, I always see the same like old dude that like, has like a mad eBay store and like he's selling
Yeah,
like straight up like antique shit.
facts.
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy. But then those old heads, like they spit you knowledge sometimes.
Oh, facts. Yeah, no, like, I owe a lot to like a lot of those OGs. But yeah, most of them at my bins is hella mellow, bro. I promise you, like, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone knows what everyone's after. Everyone's kind of like staying in their own lane. Sure, some people kind of like fuck around and like will grab your shit to piss you off, but
yeah.
for the most part, you already know what everyone's looking for. So like,
Mhm.
it's up to you to like actually find whatever you're finding for.
How many bins do they put out per rotation at your bins?
Um, So it's definitely not like LA,
Dude. Uh-huh.
but I'd say 3 to 4. I think the longest one might be 6 rows. The middle one's probably the biggest one, and it's like six bins big. I might be tripping, dude. It's been that long.
So each row has 6 bins?
So it's like I think it's no, dude. I think it's a 2 by, so like two rows that go right next to each other, and they're 5 long, so like 10 bins
Okay.
total. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's the longest, because I don't think they're 12. I don't think that there's many as 12 in one bin. But
Yeah.
the back wall, they kind of just redid, to like, they moved a section and they put more bins there. So like, that one, the back walls always hit, bro. The back walls go
Shit.
crazy.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Cause I know over here, like at the Glendale bins, it's like mad bins that come out, and I know this because like whenever like I hear or like people come in that I know that go to other bins, they're like, "Damn, what the fuck? They do like mad bins right here,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
each rotation." And
Do they use a
but it's so
forklift?
many
Do
people.
they use a forklift over that at that one? and like dump the shit in, or do they have like the
No,
people
they don't
rolling
use a
them out?
forklift. They have them rolling them
Oh,
out.
word. Same. But I know
Yeah.
some over in like downtown. I'm pretty sure they were saying that they move at a huge capacity, bro.
Jesus Christ. Damn, it's crazy. A fucking
I've been
forklift.
to like Seattle, Tacoma. Tacoma's sick. I really like the Tacoma bins because it's very lay low. The only thing is there's
Mhm.
like a lot of like crackhead type beat people
Oh
there.
shit.
So like you kind of definitely have to watch out. And then the more closer you
Yeah.
get to Seattle, like the like the harder it is, kind of, because like the not harder, but like the more crackheads there are, like it's even hard to
Yeah.
find parking. Like you kind of like sketch about where to park. Um,
Mhm.
and that's honestly kind of the same with Portland. So downtown, not the downtown Portland, but the one that everyone knows as far as like the Portland bins, uh, is kind of like in the middle of like, I don't know. It's kind of away from the city,
Uh-huh.
but it's very like crackhead ish type beat.
Jeez.
And so like I don't like going there because I hear a lot of stories about people's cars getting broken into,
Oh
and I'm
yeah.
not about that vibe.
Me too, bro. Like my shit got stolen like twice, and I fucking got that shit back.
Swear, bro, I've had my shit
Swear.
stolen before, and like I know everyone there already, you know. So like it's
Yeah.
always someone that like you would never expect.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. I got my car stolen on New Year's Eve.
No way.
Yeah. And I used to work at the mall, so then pretty much I parked my car in front of the mall. Like, oh, like in front of the mall, like I'm thinking it's gonna be like a
Chilling
little bit safer because like,
in front
there's
of the
more
mall.
hands
Who's
on.
gonna steal your car in front of the mall?
Yeah, my shit got stolen like in broad
No
daylight.
way.
Yeah, so I got it back, but I had to cop a new battery, you feel me?
Fuck.
But yeah, man, you know what? Let's see if I have any other questions for you because I pretty much ran through it all that I wanted to ask you. Um,
What's the one thing I want to hear from you? What's your best find? What would you consider to be your best find?
my best find?
Yeah.
Um, oh, let's see. My best
Or
find
what's
would
your
have
favorite find?
my favorite find would probably be like I found a that I said it before, it was that Nike, not the Nike, fucking that Oliver print Donkey Kong shirt, the
Oh
Super
yeah, that's a
Nintendo
sick
one.
one. That's a sick one for
Yeah,
sure. One of
I
my
found.
homies pulled that over here in
Mhm.
Hillsboro. Yeah, that shit's tough.
Yeah, I found that shit like with my girlfriend, so it was like it was sick, like she
Yeah,
was fucking tripping on me, like what the fuck are you doing? But yeah,
that's a sick tee for sure.
but yeah, that was probably one of my favorites. My best Nike find would be that Deion Sanders. That's why I'm so
Oh
like
yeah,
stuck up on that shit on my
the tee.
page.
Did you find the black
Yeah,
one or the?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I found the black one, and I found it. I have like an online spot, like those little low key like
Oh
websites.
yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much found it on there for like $20.
Swear.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
and I got it in, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I started tripping the fuck
Bro,
out.
actually, when I went to Rose Bowl, bro, dude, I was like, bro, I went in there hoping to find Nike stuff, and it's kind of like
Uh-huh.
a lot of people were hating. They're like, yo, why the fuck are you looking for Nike shit when you're at Rose Bowl? Like, hella people were like, why the fuck did you come back with all Nike stuff? Like, you could have found this shit here. But like, I honestly got all that stuff so cheap. But dude, I pulled up to this homie's. Bro, it was probably like 3:30 a.m. and this Japanese mate was like hanging up all his stuff, bro, just getting ready. And he just put this bin out, bro, and it had like or this rack out, and it had like three Nike items, and like two of them were Jordan pieces. One of them was dude, I think it said it has Bugs Bunny and Michael on the front. But I just wanted to share this. Was the best piece I found personally. So best piece that I personally found
Yeah.
was way back when, bro. I was in high school, and then I was looking for just like jerseys, like NBA, hockey, baseball jerseys and stuff. And one day, bro, I like turned this pile over, and like right under, I just see like spelt out, bro, and it says night on the back, like stitched. And then I turn it, and it had like, so on the back it said night 99. And then I turned it, and it was USA versus Canada, and it had the maple leaf with the swoosh going through it. And then it was like red, white, and blue, like insane. And it just had like a dude, I don't even think it had a tag, but it had like the whole like I don't know if you know hockey jerseys, but they have like straps so that
Yeah,
they
they have
don't.
straps on
Yeah,
the
yeah, it had
bottom.
the straps and everything, bro. And on the back it said night, bro. And I looked it up, bro, and I was like, I looked up the rosters for like the last 10 years, bro, of anyone who could possibly be night, and nothing pulled up, bro, versus either USA or Canada. And I was like, bro, this has to be something crazy. And so my guess was that that jersey was from '99. And I was like, bro, this has to be like Phil Knight's, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna be a stretch, but this probably has to be Phil Knight's. And so at the time, bro, I was in high school, and I wore that jersey like everywhere, bro. I cut off the straps, and I was like, no, I'm rocking this shit, bro. This shit's hard. And I cut off the straps, and I would wear it all the time. And then eventually, I got like bored of it, so I sold it to a consignment shop over in downtown Portland, called Laundry, and I just sold it to him straight up for something smaller than like, like a big number, but it's not like anything like huge, like
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm just stoked that they're gonna get to have it,
Hmm.
um, and then later, he was like, yo, Danny, like, the homie Chris over at Laundry, he was like, yo, Danny, like, really appreciate you stopping by, bro. You'll never guess what happened. I was like, yo, what's up? He's like, bro, we've had like a minimum of like 15 to 20 Nike employees who work on campus that are like that are either black cards or but all like black badges. So like they all work on campus. But he said that some of them specifically know exactly when that jersey was produced, and they're like, yeah, that jersey's from '99, and it was meant specifically for Phil Knight. They never released it. I was like, bro, there's no
What
way.
the fuck?
And he was like, bro, I had a so like a black card at Nike is basically a person who works like basically like references. So like anyone who's doing like archive shit has a black card. So like they can purchase references off of like eBay, Depop, like Mercari. Like they're not doing it like that to that extent, like digging that hard, but there are on eBay. So like I don't like sometimes you'll see like people flexing like um Tommy Hilfiger himself like cop my shit, or like people who do designs for like Supreme, or like all these famous people copping shit, and it going to like a headquarters, like whether it be like Stussy Champion, like all these different crazy brands. I don't know, but like um these people basically have this card that they can purchase a certain dollar amount for a reference, and they were like, we need this jersey. And he was like, no way, what are you going to use it for? He's like, well, I work with the basketball department as the NBA rep. And then he's like, that's sick, so what do you plan to do with it? And he's like, well, I want to get right now I'm with working with, I think he was working with Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. And he was like, well, what do you want to do with it? And he's like, I want Kyrie to wear it for a commercial, or I want LeBron to wear it for a commercial because it's meant for Phil Knight. And I was like, what the fuck? And they ended up not copying at the time because like whatever price point that he wanted or whatever, for whatever reason, it was just like too much. So they left it. But later, dude, later, like I'm talking about like 2 years down the line, they still had the jersey because it was just a kind of like a wall hanger, like a grail, super grail. Because
Yeah.
we all know the story behind it. It's like it's confirmed by this point, like it has to be his.
Yeah.
Um, and basically a Nike rep came through, they copped, and it went straight to basically they bought it so that they can gift it on campus to Drake so he can wear for like a crazy OVO festival coming up. And
What
so soon,
the
very
fuck?
soon, you'll see this jersey. So there's a picture on campus of like Drake being handed this the jersey by like one of the like directors of the team for the referencing. But I don't have that picture yet, but I will be getting it soon. But regardless, like Drake's gonna wear this Drake's gonna wear this jersey like very soon, and I'm very stoked to like
What
see
the
that shit because I used to wear that shit like in fucking high school. You know, I still got that picture. So that's probably
jeez.
my favorite find for sure.
That's insane. That's such an insane story, man. Dude, that's so crazy.
Uh,
Especially like, that's my
bro,
mind
I
is
really
blown.
cut off the straps and everything. I was just like, bro, because I saw it. I was like, there's like, dude, I looked up every roster like USA, Canada for like the last 10 years, bro. I was like, there's no way like this doesn't belong to anyone. It has to be made in '99 for Phil Knight. Like it had his name embroidered and everything. I could send you the picture, bro. Shit's nuts.
Yeah, send the picture. Maybe I could throw that up like on the YouTube like podcast.
Word. For
Yeah,
sure.
damn, that's fucking insane. Like, yeah, man, like stories like that, that's you can't beat that, man.
Thanks.
Big props to you, man.
I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, that's probably like the last thing I wanted to share with you. Just like
Mhm.
had to, you know?
Yeah,
Nike time,
I
Nike.
think that was a really good banger to like end this right now.
No,
Like
we're
big,
gonna end it there. We're for
yeah,
sure gonna end it on that note.
yeah.
But definitely want to thank you. I mean, this is super sick what you're doing, bro. Big shout outs to you. Thanks for having me
I
on.
I appreciate
Um,
it.
and really looking forward to like all these other podcasts coming soon. See who else
Yeah.
is good
Um
down to talk some Nike.
yeah, the next guest, this might be a big one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, but you're the goat, man. I appreciate
Appreciate it, bro.
everything. You just want to say like where they can find you at?
Yeah. So my Instagram is at digging with Danny. Pretty simple. There's two N's. So digging with Danny. Find me there, slaying and all sorts of stuff. But I also have a Depop. Depop is under Danny Two Down. Also two O's. So DANNYTOO down.
All right.
Appreciate you, boss.
Yeah. Thank you for that, man. I really appreciate you, and I hope everyone's well with you. Everything's well with you and your
Likewise,
family.
buddy. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe, man. Thank you.
Peace.